Just so you know, I am recording this thing just because so many people were calling in saying they couldn't make it. So I just wanted them to have, in case they ask similar questions. So first off, can we just introduce each other? Just say your name at school so we can remember that again. So Zach, do you want to start off because you're the one closest to my face?
Yeah, I'm Zach Moss from Central College. Is that all you wanted?
Yeah. Hope, do you want to go next since you're...
Sure. I'm Hope Skeen. I'm from Central College too.
Hit me, Alex.
Alex Tillman, Iowa Western Community College.
Natasha.
I'm Natasha Hungsermeyer from Morningside College.
And Sarah, you're our last.
I'm Sarah Rowe, and I'm from Iowa Wesleyan University, Mount Pleasant, Iowa.
I just got off the phone with Sarah Shepard, who's your Vista at Iowa Wesleyan.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or you mean Sam Shepard?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, she's cool.
Sam Shepard. Sorry. I'm combining people.
Yeah.
Someone's got dog. Okay. Next on the agenda was just to talk about if you had any updates on your project. So just, a one sentence, what you're doing, just to remind us what you were planning or if you have no idea. So we can go down the line again, Zach.
Okay. Well, Hope and I are planning on working together on like a STEM night, STEM education night, where we'll invite kids from the community to come to Central, and we'll have student volunteers and volunteers from STEM careers around the community, teach these kids different STEM activities, try to get them engaged.
All right. Anything you want to add to that, Hope, or?
Nope, he got it.
Alex?
Well, my project is to get connected with the different clubs and organizations on campus and to take them out and do like the service learning projects. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Great. Awesome possum.
Is it my turn?
Natasha, do you want to go? I'm just going down my visual list thing I got.
Yeah, I'm doing music is one of my majors, so I have to do a music internship this semester, and I wanted it to be service-based. So I'm doing something called Musicians on Call, which is where I organize the time and talent of the musicians in Sioux City, and they volunteer to play in cancer centers and waiting rooms, special needs camps, places like that, kind of using music as music therapy, if that makes sense.
That's cool.
All right, music therapy.
My turn?
Yep.
Okay. I'm planning a sexual assault awareness week at Iowa Wesleyan. Right now, I just started contacting RVAP, which is a rape victim advocacy program. They're really cool and they're really wanting to help. So that's as far as I've gotten.
How do you spell RVAP?
RVAP.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any silent things in there.
Oh no, it's okay.
Just moving down my list. So the next thing was, have you run into challenges already? I mean, I know technically your proposals aren't due or anything, but all of you stated that you know of your projects. So have you run into any problems? Oh, my bad. I need to back up. A few people actually sent me stuff. So Shannon is with College. And she is trying to create an open forum for student organization leaders to come together and share ideas openly. currently does not have space for this on campus, and she thinks they'll have better collaborations because of this. And then Haley is from Buena Vista, and she is hoping to start an early childhood center or find a way to make affordable childhood care in the Storm Lake area. However, she's running into problems because they can't get funding and all this, so she's thinking of completely changing her project. So that's the updates I got. So now what I was going to ask is, has anyone come across any challenges? So Haley's challenge is that I think she feels like she bit off too much of a project. She doesn't really know how to operate a daycare system within Storm Lake. And then just federal funding is her problem, the lack of it.
Are we going in order again?
It doesn't, you can jump in, whoever has a problem, because you might not have a problem.
So like when I first started, I thought the hardest part would be finding enough people to volunteer to play or sing and things like that, but it's really not. Like there are a lot of people in Sioux City who are willing to do this. The hardest part is like jumping over like red tape at hospitals with like patient confidentiality and those types of things. So like making sure that like the patient wants you to be in their room, and they're not like making sure that people that are playing there are not going to take personal information that they may see or hear and share at places that shouldn't be shared.
Yeah. If they're playing in hospitals, like, I don't know, could they get noise complaints from down the hall? I'm just trying to like imagine a trumpet player just like blasting at a patient.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be less individual bedroom unless it's requested. So like
Okay.
part of the project is getting people aware of it, so that if they would like those types of like bedside performances, then we can cater to those. But mostly it would probably have to be in bigger areas where we're not breaching patient confidentiality. We're not going to be seeing things that we shouldn't be seeing, things like that.
Got it.
Like waiting rooms or like the cancer center, because actually my flute teacher has cancer and she's had cancer for like 10 years, and that's how I got into this. She says like when you're waiting to get chemo, it's like one of the most like scariest, most painful, quiet things ever, and she goes down to the cancer center and plays sometimes, and people really like that.
Yeah. So your challenge is just getting over the red tape and understanding where it lies.
Yeah, understanding what we're allowed to do. Yeah, basically.
Anyone else?
The biggest challenge that I'm finding is getting the group leaders, because we have like 30 different clubs on campus. So getting in contact with them to try and set up the service learning day is becoming my challenge. Because I emailed our student director, I don't know what he is, but he like heads all the clubs and stuff, and he just got back to me, and it's been 2.5 weeks. So I mean, the challenge is just getting in contact with them and getting the ball rolling on doing it. So
Yeah. When you're waiting on other people, it can be extra frustrating sometimes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think Hope and I have really gotten too far into it enough to run into any problems at this point. We're still kind of in the idea planning phase. So
You will have problems.
yeah.
Just because I worked with the students that ran it last year.
Yeah, I know.
Anything standing out?
I don't think I'm going to really have any problems with mine. The only thing I could see happening is just people just being negative about the kind of event. I haven't really gotten too far into mine.
So the next section was just talking about questions. If you had questions for other members of the group on how they are handling things, or just questions in general. I do have a question coming from Shannon that says, okay, so sorry, I'm just reading her notes. her idea was to have an open forum for the student organization leaders to come together and talk about, I'm assuming, what they're doing. And so her question is, do your guys' colleges have something like this, a space that's open for student leaders to come together?
Do you mean like online or like a office type setting?
It just says she's trying to create an open forum. So maybe she's in the planning stages. She's at the very beginning. You know, maybe she doesn't know if it's online or if it is a physical thing.
Right. Well, on campus here, we have our service learning department. And then a branch from that is we have our Reaver leaders, is what we call them. So that's kind of like our leadership program. I don't know. It's a group of 10 people who go out and essentially are like the leaders on campus type thing. So we just have a main office, and then we all communicate through emails and stuff like that. So.
Do you believe that helps with to make bigger and better collaborations among your student leaders?
Yeah, and they meet every week. So, they meet for an hour and a half every Wednesday. So, getting that connection and getting them involved, and they talk just like we're doing now. So, they talk about things and how things are going. So, it seems to be working. It's kind of something that just started. So, it's been like a month, but it seems to be working really well.
Did anyone else have a question or an answer to that?
I have an answer. For Iowa Wesleyan, all like the student organizations go through SGA, which is the Student Government Association. So they meet once a month, and everybody is required to have a delegate from that organization go in and speak about what they're doing, what they would need help with. I don't know if that's something she would be looking into. I don't know if they have a student government or not, but.
I'm not sure. I don't know much about CO. I'm going to assume that they do, just because colleges usually have student governments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was involved more with Greek Life when I was at Central, and so Greek Life itself had like a Greek council that met every week, and then a representative from each group had to be there, 2 representatives, and then we collaborated on projects, and we had group projects every semester. So that's what I'm sharing for Shannon. Shannon, if you're gonna watch. Okay. Questions or anything?
Oh yeah, I have a question. So for our project at Central with organizing the STEM night, I foresee maybe having issues with recruiting student volunteers to basically be guides for the kids and get them around to the different activities and help run things smoothly. So I don't know if anybody else had any ideas on how to like persuade or entice students to volunteer for this, because we don't really have any money to pay them for it. So can't.
Have you asked teachers to give extra credit if they volunteer?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
So
that's what we use a lot at Iowa Wesleyan. So.
Do you have organizations on your campus that are like honor societies or Greek Life that serves as a component of their organization? Because if so, I would advertise to them and be like, this could be a great event for you, or sell it as kind of like a visibility event for them, and then they could get as many people from their chapter organization to help you out. You kind of have I don't know how many nights you'll have, but maybe get a couple different organizations to sponsor each different night or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it is also a STEM theme, definitely tapping into those departments themselves would help get more of the faculty and the staff involved in it to help encourage students that way.
Okay.
but also make sure that your project is known to the higher ups, to the deans and to the president, because they really like STEM related things. And if they're pushing it, they might be like, oh yeah, we'd donate 100 t-shirts for you, that sort of thing, which would entice students even more.
Okay, that was helpful. Thanks.
Oh, do you have service learning classes at Central?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be a good place to advertise to those
Yeah, that's
professors.
what I thought of when you said that earlier.
All right, I have a question.
Okay.
If you had to have like students at your college come away and learn one takeaway from your project and being involved with your project, what would you want it to be? I'm just trying to figure out like what my purpose is going to be for my project.
I couldn't hear the question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if you had to have college students at your institution walk away with like one big takeaway from doing your project, like what would you want it to be? What would you want them to learn ultimately and like carry into life after college?
Natasha went real deep with that one.
With mine, I'm kind of focusing on like community involvement, just period, on campus, because we don't really have it at all unless you're involved actually in the service learning area. So mine would be just community involvement, having that sense of being able to help somebody. So hopefully.
I feel like with ours, at least for me, is like the students just taking away, like seeing that what impact they can have on other people's lives. Because I feel like it'll be really easy for them to see, like with the kids, like their excitement grow for STEM fields.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, for mine, just general awareness that sexual assault does occur, especially on campuses a lot, and I just want people to be more aware of the issue. So.
All right, thank you.
Do you kind of have an idea what you want, Natasha?
I think I just want it to be like use your talents for something constructive, I guess. Like I see like the performance majors at Morningside get so caught up in their auditions for grad school and just things like that, and I want them to be able to enjoy playing for the sake of like sharing something with someone else to help improve their life, I guess.
Great again. Oh, everyone answered that question. Any other questions? All right. Well, the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about, I didn't want to go into too much detail, was about this group project. Just mainly about the Instagram photo and statement. So I didn't know if anyone had been brainstorming about it yet or been thinking about it. If you did, what kind of ideas you were bringing up for your photo?
I downloaded Instagram. That's as far as I got.
Technically, Natasha, if you didn't want to do that, you could just send us the photo. We could.
Well, I used to have it, and I posted like 2 pictures in like 5 years. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So I just had to like refigure out how to use it, but it's all good. I can do it.
Okay. Iowa Campus Compact now has an Instagram account, but we're still working.
It's supposed to be like a photo that represents our project, or?
See, I can't quite remember what you guys decided upon, but I think it was either your project or what just service means to you.
Okay.
Do you guys kind of remember what you're trying to get out of it?
That sounds about right.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have questions about that, send them my way and I'll try to answer them. But I would just be thinking of different photos. That might be your service statement. Well, I don't have anything else to talk about. Does anyone else have anything they want to bring up or mention?
No.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping in today. My proud 5 I got. But I'll be sending a recording of this. Obviously, you guys don't have to watch it because you were part of it. But I'll also have a little bit of notes typed up that I'll pass along.
Okay.
So have a good day.